Have you ever wondered about the rich history of Afghanistan? Let's journey back in time, to an era when this landlocked country was a bustling hub of trade and cultural exchange. Picture Afghanistan, strategically nestled at the crossroads of Central and South Asia. This advantageous location made it a key trade route, often referred to as the Silk Road. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting East and West, was not just about the exchange of goods. It was also a conduit for ideas, philosophies, and cultures. Afghanistan, situated right in the middle of this route, was exposed to a rich tapestry of cultures and empires. The first of these empires to leave its mark was the Achaemenid Empire, originating from Persia. This was followed by the Maurya Empire, which extended from India. Then came the Seleucids, heirs to Alexander the Great's empire. The Greco-Bactrian Kingdom, a Hellenistic state, and the Indo-Greek Kingdom, founded by Diodotus I, held sway over the region. Over the centuries, the Kushan Empire, the Sassanid Empire, and the Hephthalite Empire, among others, ruled parts of Afghanistan. Each of these empires brought their own unique cultures, traditions, and philosophies. They built magnificent structures, commissioned great works of art, and left indelible imprints on the socio-cultural fabric of the region. For instance, the Kushans, who were patrons of the arts and religion, left behind a rich trove of Buddhist art, including the iconic Buddhas of Bamiyan. These towering statues, although destroyed in recent times, still resonate as symbols of Afghanistan's cultural heritage. The Sassanid and Hephthalite empires, on the other hand, were known for their architectural marvels and administrative acumen. They constructed grand palaces, fortresses, and public works, many of which have endured the ravages of time and war. In essence, the history of Afghanistan is a rich tapestry, woven with threads of diverse cultures, traditions, and empires. Each empire that ruled this land contributed to its unique cultural mosaic, leaving behind a wealth of architectural and cultural treasures. These ancient empires have left behind a wealth of cultural and architectural treasures. Their legacies continue to shape the identity and ethos of Afghanistan, making it a truly fascinating crossroads of civilizations. Did you know that the famed Macedonian conqueror, Alexander the Great, briefly captured parts of Afghanistan in 330 BC? During his quest for world domination, Alexander crossed into the region, marking one of the many times Afghanistan would be caught in the crosshairs of empire builders. The local tribes, however, were not so easily subdued. They waged a fierce resistance against Alexander's forces, signaling the indomitable spirit that would become a hallmark of the Afghan people. Fast forward to the 10th century AD, and another empire was on the rise, this time from within Afghanistan itself. The Ghazni Empire, founded by Mahmud of Ghazni, emerged as a powerful Islamic state. But this was no ordinary empire. The Ghaznis were patrons of the arts, literature, and scholarship, fostering a cultural renaissance that left an indelible mark on the region's history. The Ghazni Empire was a bastion of Islamic art, literature, and scholarship. The Ghurids, who succeeded the Ghaznavids, established an empire stretching from the Indus Valley to the Caspian Sea. This dynasty, born from the mountains of Ghor, was a beacon of culture and power in the 12th and 13th centuries. Known for their architectural prowess, the Ghurids left behind an array of ornate monuments that still dot the Afghan landscape today. But the Ghurid reign was not to last. The winds of change were blowing from the east, bringing with them a storm of destruction. Enter the Mongols. Under the leadership of the formidable Genghis Khan, the Mongols launched a series of invasions in the 13th century that would leave a permanent mark on Afghanistan. Cities were razed, populations decimated, and the once thriving Ghurid Empire was reduced to rubble. These invasions forever changed the landscape of Afghanistan. Following the Mongol invasions, the 14th century Timurid dynasty brought a period of cultural and scientific flourishing to the region. Steering the helm was the conqueror Timur, also known as Tamerlane, whose reign marked an era of rapid advancements in various fields. The Timurids were known for their profound influence on art, architecture, and literature, fostering an environment where creativity and intellect thrived. The dynasty's capital, Herat, became a hub for scholars, poets, and artists, echoing the brilliance of the Persian Renaissance. Transitioning into the 16th century, we witness the advent of the Mughal Empire. With its roots in India, the Mughals briefly extended their dominion over parts of Afghanistan. Despite the fleeting nature of their rule, the Mughals left an indelible imprint on the cultural landscape. Their architectural prowess is reflected in the grandeur of structures that stand as testament to their reign. The Mughal Empire left a lasting cultural and architectural impact on Afghanistan. The 17th century saw the Safavids of Iran wrestle control of parts of Afghanistan from the Mughals. This marked a significant shift in power dynamics, as the Safavids, known for their fervor in spreading Shia Islam, exerted their influence over the region. Their rule was characterized by a series of intense conflicts and power struggles, as they faced opposition from various quarters. However, the landscape of Afghanistan was about to see another drastic change. In the mid-18th century, Ahmad Shah Durrani, a former commander in the Persian army, rose to power. In 1747, he founded the Durrani Empire, marking a pivotal moment in Afghanistan's history. Durrani is often hailed as the founder of the modern state of Afghanistan. Under Durrani's leadership, the empire expanded rapidly, unifying much of the territory that makes up present-day Afghanistan and extending its reach into neighboring areas. This period of unification brought a degree of stability to the region, laying the groundwork for the nation we know today. The Durrani Empire unified much of modern-day Afghanistan and neighboring areas. The 19th century witnessed the British East India Company's two unsuccessful invasions of Afghanistan. These were the infamous Anglo-Afghan Wars, a series of conflicts that began in the 1830s. The British, eager to expand their colonial empire and ward off Russian influence, ventured into the rugged terrain of Afghanistan. However, the fierce resistance from local tribes and the harsh environment proved overwhelming, resulting in two humiliating defeats for the British. In the aftermath of these wars, the Emirate of Afghanistan was established under the Barakzai dynasty. This was a period of relative stability and sovereignty for Afghanistan, as it maneuvered between the pressures of the British and Russian empires, a geopolitical chess game known as the Great Game. The Emirate period also saw the modernization of Afghanistan's military and infrastructure, setting the foundation for the nation's future development. These events set the stage for Afghanistan's struggle for independence in the 20th century. The Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan in 1979 triggered a decade-long war that had a devastating impact on the country. The Soviets, seeking to uphold a friendly communist regime, found themselves in a quagmire. The rugged terrain, coupled with the determination of the Afghan people, made the conflict a grueling one. The Afghan Mujahideen, the holy warriors, emerged as the backbone of the resistance. These fighters, drawn from local tribes and communities across the nation, stood firm against the might of the Soviet military machine. Their resistance was fierce, fueled by a potent mix of nationalism and religious fervor. The Mujahideen were not alone in their struggle. They received support from a variety of sources, including the United States, which saw the conflict as an opportunity to counter Soviet influence during the Cold War. The war ended in a stalemate, with the Soviets withdrawing in 1989. But the price of this resistance was high. The Soviet withdrawal in 1989 marked the beginning of a brutal civil war in Afghanistan. The mid-1990s saw the rise of the Taliban, a conservative Islamist group, which seized control of most of Afghanistan by 1996. This group, originating from religious schools, established a regime marked by strict adherence to their interpretation of Islamic laws. Women's rights were severely curtailed, and many forms of entertainment and cultural expression were banned. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, the world was changing. In 2001, in the wake of the horrific September 11th attacks, the United States and its allies launched an invasion of Afghanistan. Their goal? To dismantle al-Qaeda, the terrorist group responsible for the attacks, and to remove the Taliban from power, who had provided a safe haven for al-Qaeda. The Taliban regime crumbled under the combined military might of the international forces. By December 2001, the Taliban had been officially ousted from power, although their influence would continue to be felt in the years to come. The US invasion marked the start of a nearly two-decade-long presence in Afghanistan. Despite the US and its allies' presence, Afghanistan continues to face significant challenges. For nearly 2 decades, the international forces sought to stabilize the nation, yet the ghost of unrest remained. As we navigate the timeline, we reach the year 2021. A year marked by the withdrawal of these foreign forces. A power vacuum emerged, and the Taliban, a group that had been ousted 2 decades prior, found their way back to power. This return brought with it an escalation of violence, further deepening the scars of conflict on the nation. Afghanistan's struggles are not limited to the realm of politics and power. Poverty continues to gnaw at the fabric of society, with instability acting as a catalyst, exacerbating the problem. As we look to the future, Afghanistan's rich history serves as a sobering reminder of the complex challenges it faces. It's a testament of resilience and survival, a narrative that continues to unfold as the world watches on. So, there you have it, a whirlwind journey through Afghanistan's rich and tumultuous history. From its early days as a crossroads of civilizations, to the reign of powerful empires like the Ghazni Empire, the Ghurid dynasty, and the mighty Mongols. We have seen how it was shaped by the likes of Alexander the Great and Timur, and how it was coveted by the Mughal and Safavid dynasties, and the British East India Company. We've delved into the formation of the Durrani Empire, the establishment of the Emirate of Afghanistan, and the country's quest for sovereignty. We've also explored the modern era, marked by invasions, resistance, civil war, and ongoing conflict. From the Soviet invasion and the Mujahideen resistance, to the rise and fall of the Taliban and the lengthy US involvement. Afghanistan's story is a testament to the resilience and tenacity of its people. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Stay curious and keep exploring history.